Good morning, everyone. How are you? Guess what? I think it is school holidays for 2 weeks. Is that right? You've got 2 weeks off. How lucky are you? Have you been enjoying the stories? Last week was the greatest story. So we finished with Jesus. So in the school holidays, I thought, what are we going to teach? What are we going to learn about? And I just thought, you know what? I have a story that I love. And it won't be too long. It's school holidays. I'll just give you a little story, which I think you know if you've read the book of Daniel. It's a really good story. So it's about God. Now, the book of Daniel is before Jesus was born. So this is a few hundred years before Jesus. And this was a time period where the Israelites, that's God's people, they were in Babylon. And the king of Babylon there was Nebuchadnezzar. And he wasn't that nice. He wasn't really good to God's people. So we're going to have a look at that story today. So, that is King Nebuchadnezzar. And he ruled all over Babylon. And the Israelites were in captivity, which means they were taken as prisoners. That's not very good. And they were there under the king of Nebuchadnezzar. Now, we believe in God, don't we? Nebuchadnezzar, he didn't believe in God. He thought he was God. Can you believe that? He had so much power and authority and had all people listening to him. He's like, you know what? I'm God. And that's what he thought, which was very strange. So, one day, one of his servants read out a scroll and said to everyone, on this day, there is going to be outside something brand new. And it's going to be something which is 30 meters tall, 90 feet, real huge. And it's a big golden statue. And he says, everyone, when you hear the trumpet sound, everyone must bow down to this statue, because this statue was a statue of Nebuchadnezzar himself. And you bow down to God. So he was saying that he was God, and they've got to bow down to him. But there was 3 of God's people. Now let me show you. That was the statue. See how big it is? And they're all little people down there, and the statue is huge. And whenever the trumpets woo sound, they've all got to bow down to God, to Nebuchadnezzar the king. But we don't bow down to statues, because that's not God. And God's people, some of them were in here, the Israelites, they knew that wasn't God. And if they bowed down to a statue, that was going to be disrespecting God, our real God, who's real, who created the universe. Not that. So you will see 3 guys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they didn't bow down. They were like, no, we're not going to bow down. And the people were saying, if you don't bow down, you're going to be put to death. And they're like, we're not scared, because our God's real. We'll bow down to the real God, not to a statue. When the king found out, Nebuchadnezzar, look at his face. What? You are not bowing down to my statue? And they're like, no, we're not scared. We have the real God on our side. And he said, that's it. You are going to go into a fiery furnace, a place where they're just going to burn to death. And he ordered the fiery furnace to be so hot, much hotter than any time. Even if you go anywhere near it, and a couple of servants went near it and they just got burnt straight away. It was so hot. And he said, throw the 3 guys into there. I never want to see them again. How dare they not bow down to me? And they weren't even bothered. So here you go. They were thrown inside the fiery furnace. All 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And Nebuchadnezzar's like, I'll never see them again. Look at them. 1, 2, 3. Inside. Standing up. Praising God. Not even one burn mark. And in the corner was like an angel, a figure. Some people say that's Jesus. I'm not sure if it is. It could be. I don't know. Some people say it's an angel of the Lord. It's someone. But I think whoever that is was protecting them. Because this person or this angel came from God and protected them. They weren't scared. And God protected them in the hottest and hottest place ever, and they weren't even burnt at all. And they came out, and Nebuchadnezzar was shocked. And they said, you see, we're not going to bow down to your statue because you're not God. There is one true living God who's in heaven who created everything. And we worship a real God because he protects us. We don't need to worship a statue. Sorry, you're wrong, Mr. Nebuchadnezzar. And Nebuchadnezzar, he gets on his knees. And he said, I am so sorry, God, that I was saying that I was God and everyone to worship me. I can see now that you are the true God. And I'm going to praise you, the God of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. I'm going to praise your God, because he didn't know God yet. And he's thinking, oh, this is the God I want to worship. Look at his powers. So I really like this story because it shows our God is so powerful that it's going to protect us when we worship him. We don't have to worry about anything, do we? Because we have a real God. We don't have to worship statues. Or if someone comes up to you and says, I'm God, or many other people believe in different gods. But we believe in the true, the one and only God. There's only one God. That's our God. So why would you worship anyone else or anything else? No, you wouldn't. You worship the one God. You know our God, who has his son is Jesus Christ. It's only one God. So I really like this story. Did you like that story? I hope you have a good holidays, 2 weeks holidays. Next week, you're going to have someone else tell you the story. Someone was saying to me, oh, I really want to tell a story to the kids. And I said, yeah, for sure. So next week, you're going to get someone special to tell you a new story. So I hope I see you next week. All right. Have a good holidays. Bye-bye.